This is my first video. Today I'm gonna explain about the bubble sort. Let's start with it. Notepad. I'm just opening Notepad and type some random numbers 24, 35. Let's check if 5 numbers are there. Or 12, 9, 8. Let's begin it. 56. Okay, change with other numbers. Okay, 32, 56. Hurry, I don't know why I'm getting the started list. 43, 12, 67, 35. And with the 17, it's fine. Let's check these 5 numbers. Later on we can go through programming. First, check how the bubble sort works. It totally takes the 5 iterations of 5 into 5 iterations, since the size of the array is 5. Of course, we don't need to do a in every iteration, but I'm just explaining how the bubble sort works. In the first iteration, it will compare the in the first iteration, let us take the first iteration. In the first iteration, it will take another inner iteration. I'm just talking about the inner iteration. In the first inner iteration, it will check the comparison between first two elements. If the swap is required, it will swap the elements. And later on, it will check with the other two numbers. If the swap is required, it will swap. Otherwise, it will be same. Otherwise, the check will be between other two numbers. It will do like that. Let's do the first time. Let's check. It is the first iteration, and I'm checking with the 43 and 12. It requires a swap, so it will be 42 and 33, and the remaining array won't be changed. 63, 35, 17. It will be as usual. I'm just marking it as ever 1. 1 indicates the first inner iteration of the first iteration. First inner iteration, let us assume. Now, after finishing first inner iteration, it will check with the 43 and 67. It does not require a swap. It will be same 43, 67, 35, 17. It's 2. It's just a number. No, don't confuse. It's just a number indicating then what iteration. It happened with the 43 and 67. Now it's time with the 67 and 35. It requires a swap. 12, 43, 35. Since it requires a swap, I'm just swapping the numbers. 17. Just mark it as 3. Now it's time with the 67 and 17. 12, 43, 35. It requires a swap, so I'm just swapping. 67, 4. Here the number of elements in the array is 5, and we are getting in the first iteration we have 4 comparisons. Do you know why? We are comparing two elements. At the end we have just a n-1 comparison. If there are n numbers, we have to compare with the two numbers. It will be total n-1 comparisons. It's just a swap by swap. This is second iteration. Even the second iteration goes similar to first iteration. It will check the first 2 elements, then next 2 elements, and then next 2 elements, and then next 2 elements. It will add the swap if required. Between 12 and 43, it does not require a swap. I'm just copying and pasting the above this one. This is the updated array. 35, 17, 67. I'm just remarking it as 1. And again, it's comparison with 43 and 35. 12, 35, 43, 17. Since it encounters a swap, here I have swap rate. After 35 and 43, it's time for 43 and 17. 12, 35, 43. It's between, it's between 43 and 17. Between 43 and 17, it requires a swap. 17, 43, 67. It says 3. Now it's time with 43 and 67. 12, 35, 17. Since it is okay, I'm just repasting it. 67. It says 4. Even the third iteration goes similar to the first and second iteration. Between comparison between 12 and 43, no, it does not require anything. I'm just copy pasting the above updated one. This one. 43, 67, 1. Now it's time with for comparison between 43 and 17. 12. It requires a swap. I'm just swapping the numbers. Sorry. This is 35. We have to check with the updated one, not with the older one. Yeah, I think this is fine, but it is not fine. We have to compare with in the second comparison between 17 and 35. 17, 35 requires a swap, so I have swapped the number 43, 67. How did I look? Then I take the numbers. It is already swapped. Nothing will happen. We just complete everything. Since it's swapped 17 and 35, it's time for 35 and 43, 12, 17, 35, 43, 67. It's comparing with 43 and 67. We don't care. 43, 67. How many iterations are happened? 3. Actually, let's go for another one. Of course, we do not require it. We do not require it. Let's go. What can we do? It's comparison between 12 and 17. We have to randomly in a numbers. That's why we have our array is started. I'm just don't want to waste time, but I just want to copy paste it. Control C. Assume it as the 4th iteration. Numbers we need to perform the all iterations. Doesn't seem bigger, but we can exclude some comparisons. Carefully look this array. In the what it is doing means it will say it is comparing with first 2 numbers and like next 2 numbers. I mean first number and second number and third number and fourth number and fifth number. If in these ones the bigger one is coming always towards the right side, then same number is comparing with the succeeding element and the bigger number is coming through the right side if required. The same thing happen here. So we can conclude after one iteration, the bigger element is coming towards the right side. If you carefully check the array, the bigger element in the array is 67. Let's exclude 67. And if we compare with between these 4 numbers, and after completing this iteration, let's exclude. I just excluded. Okay, if you excluded, I mean, if you see this one, 43. 43 is bigger among these 4. Similarly, in the third iteration, exclude 2 numbers, and just follow these 3 numbers. In these 3 numbers, 35 is the bigger than these 3 numbers. In a similar way, we can exclude in this in a 4th iteration. We can exclude these 3 elements and we can compare with the 2 elements. The bigger one comes here. So we can exclude some, clearly we can exclude some iterations, right? In the first iteration, we have to perform n-1 comparisons. Let's assume the size of the array is n-1. In the second iteration, we don't need to compare with the n-1 comparisons because we know that the end element is fine, bigger. I mean, we just need to compare with these n-1 elements. So comparisons will be n-2. Here, the comparisons will be n-3 because we know that these 2 elements are already smaller. The comparisons will decrease n-3 and so on. What about the n case? In the n case, if there are only 2 numbers existed, we need a comparison. But what if only one element belongs? One element is bigger than, I mean, it is the only element. Why do we need comparison? Last element is 1 and so on. Let's assume that it is dotted. n-1 plus n-2 plus n-3 plus and so on 1. How many comparisons we are getting? At the end, there will be only one element, one comparison required. Later than we don't need request. From 1 to n-1. That means we require n-1 outer iterations. At the same time, if we check it closely, we are taking n-1 comparisons. That means, I mean, this is in the maximum case. For the second iteration, we are taking n-2 comparisons. In the third case, we are taking n-3 comparisons. So we can have n-1 comparisons outerwards. I mean, n-1 outer iterations and corresponding, it will be decreasing comparisons. I mean, for the first iteration, it will be n-1, n-2, and so on. So right now, let's write the code. Yeah, it is let's save it somewhere. Let's save in the desktop. I shall create some folder. YouTube tutorials. We shall name it anyways. Bubbles are. I'm ensuring I'm coding in C++. I feel better. Of course, the code will be changed if you are coding in another language. That does not. just a logic. You can understand the logic. Using namespace std. I'm just writing the record time 0. I'm implementing bubble set. Since it does not take return any parameter, it does not take any parameters. I'm just taking the while int array. I'm assuming that it will take array. What it takes, it array of size. Let us assume any the size. I said that there will be totally of stake, let's take and temp. Temp is a variable. It is required in swapping. In the outer iteration, there are totally n minus 1 iterations. So I'm just assuming I plus plus. For every iteration, it is decreasing. If you check closely, it is n minus 1 for 1, n minus 2 for. How can we include? When I equal to 0, it taking n minus 1. When I equal to 1, it is n minus 2. When I equal to 2, it is n minus 3. Can't we include like this? That is total number of iteration. Don't confuse. J equal to 0, j less than n minus 1 minus I, j plus plus. Is it fine? Let's balance with. When n equal to 0, it is n minus 1. When n equal to 1, it is n minus 1 minus 1 means n minus 2. In the n equal to 2, n minus 3. This is fine. Okay, sorry. Now it's the time. We have to compare with the every two elements. If this is the first iteration, let's assume what it is doing. Every two elements comparing. That means array of j. Since j started with the 0, I'm just comparing j. Array of j plus 1 means if bigger element is found, we just need to swap temp equal to j. I'm storing jth value in the temp. Array of j equal to array of j plus 1. I'm storing. I just wanna replace this now. I just wanna replace the array of j and array of j plus 1. How can I do means I shall store 12 in some other value temp, and I shall take 43 in this here. I shall explain here. I shall explain bottom way. Let us assume there is a swap between 12 and I'm just taking it as an example. Okay, take 43. What will happen? In the first temp equal to, we are storing temp equal to 12. Then again, we are replacing 12 with the 43. Now it will change like 43, 43. But we know the temp equal to 12. We can update the second element with the 12 by using the temp. This is how swapping takes place. Now I'm just updating j plus 1 equal to temp. Yeah, it goes fine. Yeah, this was fine. It's fine. Int array. We can give another name also. That's our wish. I'm taking some random numbers. 45, 12, 9, 35, 17. This is the array I've taken. I'm just bubble sorting. Bubble sort. A comma. Since its size is 5, we can count manually. Sorry, what happened? Yeah. Right now we can see whether the values are updated or not. I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, COUT, array of I. Yeah, I think it goes fine. It should go fine. Yeah, You can clearly see that 12, 17, 35, 45. You can clearly see this, the array is updated. You can check with the other numbers also. I'm just typing other numbers here. 67, 64. I'm just typing without seeing the keyboard. Yeah, I'm just saving and running it again. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. This is the error. Since I have given fine. What is the exact count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can check. Since I have given 5, there is a sorting between 5 only. 13. I have to change it here also. 13. It will look when we have taken input dynamically. You can clearly check the array sorted. This is how sorting the flex list. Thanks for watching the video. Since this is my first video, I'm expecting some feedback from you. Maybe some comments to our suggestions. Thank you.